What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another 7 o'clock premiere. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. The predictability or lack of predictability in the human psyche, especially when it comes to violence, is amazing to me. Just when you think you'll see it all, or you give somebody the benefit of the doubt, they turn around and you get the surprise of your life. And a lot of times it can cost you it. I want to talk about a story that occurred recently out there in Chicago, Illinois. Shout out Chicago. And this is another public transportation nightmare for somebody. Enter this guy here. Lord have mercy on me. When I saw the face, I already knew he did some crazy shit. Guy you see up here is 39 years old. That's a rough 39. And his name is Tommy Carter. And this guy right here attacked a mentally disabled man on the CTA Blue Line at one of the train stops because the guy didn't have $1 to give him, or wouldn't give him $1. And this supposedly occurred on Monday morning, this past Monday. So what's that, 4 days ago? And you know it's been cold across America. Hell, you see me, I'm in Texas and we freezing out here right now. And you know Chicago got to be cold. And this guy did this guy dirty, and he could have lost his life if it wasn't for the quick thinking of the engineer or the conductor in the oncoming train coming. Because this guy right here beat on the man and pushed him in front of the tracks. Take a look at this story. Absolutely horrible.
We have new details in another brazen attack on the CTA Blue Line. This one sent a man to the tracks Monday morning as a train approached at the Harlem stop. The man, now charged with pushing the victim, appearing in court today. Our Sabrina Franza was there. Sabrina, this man is charged with attempted murder and has a pretty extensive criminal past.
Chris, he does, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But 39-year-old Tommy Carter, he stood in court today and he interrupted the judge and the prosecutor multiple times, saying that he was actually the victim in this case. The entire incident, though, was caught on surveillance video that was referenced during the hearing today. The judge saying that it is not probable that he is the victim in this case and ordered that he be held now in custody.
Now I got somebody on the track. Somebody got knocked over on the track at the Harlem Station Blue Line.
During Monday morning's commute, prosecutors say 39-year-old Tommy Carter asked a male victim who has an intellectual disability for cash. Cash, we're told, the man did not have. In response, they say Carter pushed the victim to the ground, and when he tried to escape, prosecutors say Carter followed him, struck him in the head, and pushed him in the back. The victim fell onto the train tracks close to the dangerous third rail as a train approached the station.
127 control, you're going to probably need paramedics. This guy looks like he's agitated.
That train stopped. Forest Park police say the conductor witnessed the entire thing and stopped the train just in time. The man was rescued and Carter was taken into custody. Previously, Carter had been arrested and charged for assault and criminal damage to a CPD squad car in October. He was released, then violated his conditions for release and was permitted to go home again pending his next hearing. Before that, Carter had been sentenced to 2 years in prison for aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, 4.5 years for an attempted armed robbery, among other charges. Now, we've reached out to the state's attorney's office and asked them why Carter was not held after his last hearing, the one that was before today. They have not answered that question. We also reached out to CTA asking them if they plan on making any security changes after this recent attack, and they haven't gotten back to us either. We're live in Maywood. Sabrina Franza, CBS News, Chicago.
In the meantime, we do move on to other news here this afternoon. A man accused in an attack at a CTA Blue Line station will remain behind bars after a hearing today.
WGN's Courtney Spinelli is in Forest Park with what she's uncovered about this man's history. Courtney.
Yeah, good afternoon to you both. Defense attorneys in court today tried to unsuccessfully argue that the suspect should be allowed on GPS monitoring pending trial. A judge today denied that request. I've learned through law enforcement sources that the suspect has been arrested at least 41 times in Cook County over the years. 39-year-old Tommy O. Carter had several outbursts in the courtroom this morning as he answered to charges that include attempted murder and several counts of aggravated battery on a peace officer. At one point, he claimed he was the victim. According to police, the attack happened on Monday morning around 8:30 at the CTA Blue Line Harlem stop. Prosecutors say Carter approached the victim, a 59-year-old man who was born with an intellectual disability. The suspect allegedly kept demanding the victim give him $1, despite the victim telling him he had no money. That's when prosecutors say Carter pushed the victim down the first time. After the man got up and walked away, prosecutors say Carter followed him and punched him in the head. The suspect then pushed the victim from behind, causing him to fall onto the tracks, nearly hitting the third rail. A quick-thinking CTA conductor who allegedly witnessed the attack was able to stop the train with enough time. The victim suffered multiple fractures to his right knee, a fracture in his left knee, and was taken to an area hospital. Prosecutors say the suspect spat on 3 officers while he was being taken into custody. Law enforcement sources say Carter has over 40 arrests in Cook County, and court records show he's had over a dozen cases filed against him. He has 7 felony convictions, including aggravated unlawful use of a weapon, robbery, attempted robbery, and drug-related cases. Now, at the time of his arrest on Monday, Carter was also on pretrial release for an October case out of Chicago where he was arrested for several charges, including criminal trespass, criminal damage to property, and assault. In that arrest, according to an arrest report, he also tried to spat on at least one of the officers as he was being taken into holding where he was going to be processed. Now, he is due back in court on December 19th. In this case, we don't have any updates on how the victim is doing beyond what we did report already just a moment ago. We are live in Forest Park. I'm Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.
All right, folks, you've seen it. This motherfucker here looked like he came out of burning bushes. Tommy Carter, 39 years old, running around here attacking mentally disabled people. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I can go in on how he look and all of that type of shit, but it ain't going to help the situation. You are seeing, and it's just like I've been saying, and I hope some of y'all been looking and paying attention, have these type of crimes in a certain bracket. They come in droves and then they stop and they're replaced by something else that also has a copycat nature to it. You think about this. Multiple people that don't know each other and all of a sudden are in different places, New York, Chicago, and they doing like the same type of shit, pushing people on the tracks, setting people on fire, so on and so forth. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room, y'all. Said in 2024, he was supposed to be sentenced to 2 years in prison for doing some crazy shit. He got a history of being rebellious and not listening and doing monkey shit out in the street. Why he wasn't in prison? He's supposed to still be in prison now. See that? They defer these sentences. They play patty cake with these criminals. You know what I'm saying? And they wind up coming out. There was a story I was supposed to do. I didn't even do it. I forgot all about it. It was like a couple weeks ago before I left to go on my vacation. Judge tells the DA, I can't lock everybody up. I can't lock everybody up no matter how bad the crime is. A certain amount of these motherfuckers, they let go back out there to wreak havoc in the world and just terrorize citizens. And he's one of them. Explain that to me. I thought the last time I checked, when you do something, something's supposed to happen to you, and people are going to get justice that were done unjustly in society by other citizens that don't give a shit about prosecution or persecution. It's not happening no more. So many people are doing bad shit out here. They pick and choose what they really want to deal with. That's crazy. This guy shouldn't be out in society. I'm going to tell you something. Look at him. He happy as hell to be off the streets. Could you imagine just being a witness to that? Hey man, let me get $1. Always want to get something. Go get your own shit. You 39 years old. But you got another 20 years plus of being in the workforce and cutting your own path? Man, motherfuckers got this entitlement to where they want to come up and pick and choose people to ask money from when they able-bodied to get it themselves. Now, if this guy got a disability or something like that, I don't know. But you don't attack somebody for telling you no. Guy said, I don't have $1. What you do, you Pearl Harboring when he turned away, because I guess you got embarrassed because you was exposed to begging for money and he told you no in front of people. People got a hell of a nerve. For real. And it's just, I mean, Listen, there was a story I was going to do, and then I decided not to do it because all these other stories came up, where there's a man that's supposedly in his 80s, and he was working. He said he was 88, white dude. He's forced to work because they took his pension or something, and this guy's working at 88 years old because he has to. Now I'm gonna tell you, you're seeing a lot of these people committing crimes, and they're getting put in jail over an extended period of time. Time that should be valuable to them, they're giving it to somebody else, and they're making money off of it from them being in the prison system. Don't know them, don't care. And when they get back out, however times they go in and out of jail, they lose time and development self. This is a perfect example of that. And a lot of young people are on their way to being like that. You know, you're not going to be young forever. You're not going to be able to fight and rob people and run up and down the street forever. Time will catch you. It catches all of us. And if your mind is not caught up with your body age-wise, by the time you do figure it out, it'll be too late. And then the only jobs you can do are laborious jobs that they want to hire young people for because your ass too old to do them. And then when they give you a job, your manager you'll be twice the age of the manager, and you'll be begging a young person and giving excuses of why you can't come in to work today, a job you need. And they're telling you if you can and can't do it. All of this playing around and doing stuff you're seeing a lot of these young people doing, and people out there in the street that don't want to get themselves right, they're going to pay in the end. Like this guy's paying. And will continue to pay. Look at that fucking picture. That's a mugshot. It's cold as hell. You ain't got no shirt on. Now, I don't know if he got Bell's palsy or something, but you could tell something off with him. It's crazy. I mean, this is my thing, man. And I can't think for everybody else, but we all was raised differently. But it comes a point where people talk to you and they tell you a lot of the same things you'll hear over and over again when you live a cyclical life of doing bad and then being punished for it and coming back out and doing more shit. I'm more than sure people came to him. This is why I'm like, I don't give a damn why you did it. You're gone. I'm more than sure, no matter who you are, and you do have value out here, people try to save you sometime. You know what I'm saying? I ain't religious or nothing like that, but sometimes God bestows blessings in the form of people to be in your life to try to guide you and drop jewels to you that would be beneficial to your well-being and making you a better version of what you are. And we all came across them type of people. The only difference is some people listen and some people didn't. So it is what it is. I don't feel sorry for anybody that willfully goes out there and does shit. Hell, I did that before, and I'm lucky to be here. But my story is my story, and everybody else's story is their story. But at 39 fucking years old, you tried to kill somebody over $1. What the fuck is wrong with you? Unexcusable. I'd show him the flowers immediately. Fuck due process, because the process has already been long overdue for him to be dealt with accordingly. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care.